What's going on, guys? Coach Respect, the wise guy on Instagram. Welcome to the Drive with Coach. We're going to talk today about belief and believing what it is you want to achieve, because the element behind it is so important for everybody who's building a business, who wants to strive to do something great in their life, great in other people's lives, who wants to add value to their life, to other people's lives. You may already have wealth, but maybe you need time back in your life. Maybe you're doing an Amazon business, or maybe you're an entrepreneur because you want to create some sort of wealth back in the form of time. Maybe you want money. Maybe you want more money than you could ever imagine. Maybe that's a desire that you want because you believe money is the end or the solution. Maybe you want things. Maybe you want toys. Maybe you want new cars, new homes. Maybe you want to travel the world. Maybe you want to go to exotic places. Maybe you want to lie on the beach in Jamaica. You know, there's so many maybes. There's so many things that people want in their life. And for years and years and years and years, they're trying to think, how can they get the things they want? Is it through a job? Is it through an education? Is it through a profession? Is it through being an entrepreneur, a business owner? Is it through being a CEO, executive, a big-time lawyer, doctor? What is your vehicle of choice that you're going to use to get the lifestyle that you ultimately want in your life? For me, my dreams change for a lot of people. Wants and desires change for a lot of people year by year, month by month, sometimes day by day. All those desires change for a lot of people. So what might be your desire 5 years ago may have changed, and today might be something completely else based on the current status of your life. What it is you do for work, what kind of family you have, what it is you do in your free time, what is you do for a hobby, what is you do for a recreation. All those things factor into what it is that ultimately you want at that particular moment in time. I know when I was young, in my early teens, I wanted to be, my ambition was to be a lawyer. And it was, my ambition actually before that was to be one of the first in my family to graduate university, get a degree. I thought at that time that was the way to stability in my life. I thought that would be the way to some sort of financial comfort in my life, was to get a degree and get an education, get a degree and become a lawyer. And that was in my early teens. And as I went through my teenhood and started playing sports more and started challenging myself, I thought, when I moved into the workforce world, I thought, maybe what I want to do is be a personal trainer. Maybe I want to get into the health and fitness industry, because I started realizing, you know what? I want to do something I love to do, and I loved to work out. I love to put hours and hours and hours into the gym. Even if I wasn't doing it right, I just loved being in the gym. So things shifted, my goals and dreams shifted, and ultimately, like I said earlier, as time progresses, every month or every week or every year, you start to mold what it is you think you want, or what it is you want, around what it is you do that pleases you, that makes you happy. But what we're talking about right now in this video is the context of financial freedom, so that you can do all the things that you want to do, whether it's You know, it's going to be 100 things for 100 different people. Whether you want to travel in life, just travel country to country, enjoy the fine cuisines and the atmosphere of and what the world looks like in different parts of the globe. Or maybe you want to raise a family in a gigantic house and have basketball court in your backyard and a swimming pool indoors and a tennis court and a theater in your home, and you want that lifestyle of that sort of comfort and relaxed living of all the passions that you love. I don't know what it is that you love, but step one to everything at every point of your life, whether you're in your 20s or your 30s or your 40s or your 50s, and you're watching this video and you still haven't figured it out, and I'm not saying I figured it out, but I do have my formula that is working extremely well for me, and it's the formula that I've been taught through years of reading different books and publications that have seemed to kind of blossom in my mind's eye. My formula is to believe 100% that you can achieve anything that you put your mind to. And a lot of people say, well, yeah, you know, what does that really mean? What does believing in yourself mean? And I use the analogy, I kind of bring it back to sports. I bring it back to work, a job. Those are all fundamentals that can teach you a lot if your eyes are open and you're paying attention to when you succeed in things. If you're a coach, you know, again, so my analogy, or you know, my reference is this. In sports, I use the basketball analogy. You never become a great basketball player until you believe or you think that you can do something great really well. Even if you can't, and you're far less, you're inferior to others, but as long as you believe you're not inferior to others at a certain skill, that is the moment that you can draw upon to become whatever it is you want to become.
Meters. Turn left onto 156.
So that's the moment, that exact moment when you transition from not believing in yourself to believing yourself for any skill that you have, that you go from inferior to a belief that you are superior or are capable. That's the moment that you can build on that moment, that specific skill and moment in time, to change your entire life. So ultimately, what does that mean? I'll give you an example in basketball, and it can be applied to anything. We'll use Amazon selling after the fact. But the example I have with basketball, and I'll use an example that I have with people who work a job for a living as well. So in basketball, sorry guys, I don't know if this shooting, for an example. Let's say you just, for whatever reason, you love shooting 3-point shots, but you're terrible at it. You don't have fear of it, but you shoot air balls, and you miss more than you make. You miss, you know, for every 5 you shoot in a game, you average 0.5. But let's say that you continually try to shoot 3-pointers, and in the gym when you're practicing, you practice them all the time, and you practice your form and the fundamentals of that skill, that one skill. And then one point in time, all of a sudden, you average 1 3-point a game for however many. I don't know why it keeps glitching out. Sorry guys, I don't know if this stream is gonna do justice. But anyway, so the paradigm shift is somebody who loves doing something and is working at it, and then suddenly, you know, they get to a number where they feel in their self's heart that, wow, I'm better at this, I'm getting better, and they get from 1-3 to 2-3s a game, and they see growth in their skill and their habit. They may take 10 shots to get 2, but they feel great about 2, and then they feel love, and they feel support from a team around them that, hey, you know what, you're getting better at what you're doing. And then all of a sudden, let's say in one game they have like 5 threes, and it pushes them over the edge. They're certainly not a 5 3-point shooter a game. They're an average of 1, but they got to a level in life. Oh, what is wrong? I don't know what's wrong with this stream. It keeps cutting out. My phone goes into lock mode. It's probably getting hot or something like that. I don't know what's going on. But the point I'm trying to make is, as soon as you realize a skill and you tip yourself over the edge, and all of a sudden you go from a belief, even though the belief in other people's perceived eyes isn't true, you believe it yourself that you're great at that skill, you're gonna go and put work into that skill. You're gonna start to do, you're gonna start to believe in yourself, and your belief is gonna take you places, okay? You just have to find the skill that you are passionate about, and even if you're terrible at it, you just have to work at it and put reps in it and reps in it and reps in it and actual action into it until you get pushed over a certain point where you get recognized for a moment. It just has to be that split moment that you get recognition for that skill. As soon as you get that recognition is the moment that you can now set a goal. Phone needs to cool down. So apparently my phone needs to cool down. And that's why it keeps cutting out this terrible stream. So yeah, so as soon as you recognize that skill is evolved, you need to now set an end goal of where you want to be, and you need to use that skill to get you there. Same thing applies with business, with a job. As soon as you find something you're good at in your job, you need to ride the wave of your skill and find something that you can make a lot of money with, using the skills that you've learned in any facet of life. Okay, if you're a skilled athlete and it can translate to your employment, use that skill to make you great in your employment. If it's leadership, if it's taking action, if it's the person who shoots the most, use that skill in your employment. Be the person who takes the most. Hey guys, sorry guys, I'm gonna end this stream right now because my phone is like super hot for whatever reason. It's overheating, so I'm just gonna stream. I'll redo it later and try to explain belief and how to use your belief to take you to a superior level, and ultimately how to make as much money as you want in your life because you have this strong belief in yourself and in your skill set, and that you can then take action, that kind of action, to leverage your belief and leverage yourself to make as much money as you want and do whatever it is you want to do. We'll talk about it later, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Go check the wise guy. Bye.